Okay, so this video is going to talk about how to create an event on your Are You Involved page for departments. So if you have any questions through any of this, please email me. My email is ecraft5@radford.edu. The first thing you're going to want to do is get to Are You Involved. So you log into your My Are You portal, scroll down, click on Are You Involved, and then you'll want to find your organization page. In a previous video, I used Highlanders Are Amazing as a example of how to create a department page. So we're going to use that one. Now for student organizations, when they submit an event request, it has to come through our office for approval. However, I have it set up to where university programs and university departments do not have to have approval. So once you submit your request, it will automatically be approved. So you're at your organization page. You want to go to Manage Organization. Not everyone can access Manage Organization, so if you don't see this button and you need to be able to access it, just email me and I can change your access on there. Okay, so we call this the hamburger button. This is the hamburger, this is the waffle. You can thank Jeff White for those terms. So this is the hamburger button. Click on that, and you go to Events. Obviously, we don't have any events yet, so we're going to create an event. And let's go with, I don't know, tea time. I could use some tea. You can give it a theme. Most of the ones I've seen end up being in the social category, but there's definitely a lot of options here. So you can choose what fits best. You do need to add a description. It doesn't need to be long. In fact, I recommend that if you do have a lot of text, that you have like a couple lines here and then make a break, because students are not going to want to read long paragraphs. So try and keep it as text light as possible. If you're co-hosting the event with another department, you can enter their organization here, and that way it will show up on both of your organization pages. This tool is really helpful if you have an event that happens on a regular basis. So you've got a meeting that happens every Tuesday at 6, say. So you can create one event and then it'll automatically populate for all the other days. So let's try that. So we've got tea time. Let's have tea time be next Friday at 1 o'clock. End date 2 o'clock. It's an hour. That sounds good. So we're going to add another date. And let's just keep it Fridays. Sounds good. We can add another date. Look. So you can add all your dates. It will prompt you to add a location. I will say that for most of the places on campus, it's not going to find it on a map. So most of the time you'll want to not include a map and just say where it's going to be. And then save. Sometimes it X's out, sometimes it doesn't, and you have to actually click the X, but it'll still update. But you do have to add the location for each date. It doesn't automatically do it, which is helpful because sometimes it may be in one location and due to scheduling you have to do it in a different location. See, that time it didn't have me X out, so just know that it's not frozen. If once you've hit submit or save, if it's not going away, just hit that X to get out of it and it'll update. Okay, so you've added your dates and location. The next thing you want to do is who gets to see it. So the public means that, you know, you can find it on Google, it'll show up, people in the community will be able to see it. A lot of times we end up with the student staff at Are You Involved? So basically anybody that has access to log into Are You Involved can see it. And that's usually the event level I recommend. If you do have something that is just for your department or just for people in your organization, you can limit it that way. Or if you have a private event, you can definitely use invite users only. But I'm going to go with the student, staff, and are you involved? Cocurricular Footprint is something that we are currently not using, but we could potentially be using it in the future. So if you would please check this box. The Cocurricular Footprint, once it's fully fleshed out, the Campus Labs is still working on tailoring the tool, but the idea is that it will be able to measure learning outcomes from student attendance at different events. So if you would, please go ahead and check this box. If you want people to be able to self-report attendance, you can check this box. If you want to have some sort of check-in process where like you have to verify that they're there, then you wouldn't want this checked. Okay, then categories. Choose the one that fits best for you from here. The one I see most is meetings, concerts, having a lot, but you can choose just whichever one works. I will say campus-wide activity. This isn't necessarily an event open to the whole campus. Campus-wide activity is more something that like the president's office is probably going to want to attend. So like graduation, that'd be a campus-wide activity. So even if it's open to the whole campus, I would encourage you to try and use some of these other categories. Perks. So when students are searching for an event, they can limit their search by perks. So if they're like, I want an event that has free food, they can look for events that have free food. So you definitely want to add these perks if you're giving away free food, free stuff, swag, anything like that, so students will find your event. Alright, next you can set up RSVP. So if you want to use a sign-up form, I'm going to be making another video that goes over how to create a form. If you're using a sign-up form, you want to make sure that nobody can RSVP, because it gets very confusing for students because they think that if they RSVP to the event, that means they signed up for the event, when that isn't the case. But if you're not having a sign-up form, it's just, you know, if students want to kind of be like, oh, I'm going, who else is going kind of deal, then you can use the RSVP. So if you do no one, you're not using any RSVPs, you do have the option to limit the RSVP spots. So if you've got an event, say like in a room that seats 60 people, you can limit the number of RSVP spots to 60. If you want it to be students only, it can be students only. If you want it to be students can bring, I don't know, students from Virginia Tech or their parents or whoever they want to bring, they can allow guests, and you can actually limit the number of guests. So if you say like everybody can bring one guest, you can limit it to one guest if you like. So those are some options there. Alright, picture time. Please upload a picture. A lot of times I just use a picture of the flyer and then crop that. Students are very unlikely to attend an event that doesn't have a picture because it doesn't seem like the event is finished or the event is legit, you know? So please choose a picture, even if it's just a picture of your office logo or the flyer, some sort of image here. For now, I'm going to skip it because I don't have a picture about tea time. Okay. You will not see this screen. This is just because my access things are different. So you wouldn't see the screen. If for some reason you do, just hit complete submission. Alright, and then your event is created. So if you go back to the home screen, type in tea time, it would pop up here. I will say for some reason for events, it generally takes about anywhere from 5 to as much as 30 minutes to update. I'm not sure why there's a lag there, but there is. So if for some reason it doesn't show up right away, wait half an hour, see if it pops up. If it still hasn't popped up after half an hour, please let me know so I can troubleshoot and see what's going on. But that is how to create an event.